Daily Bible Read number 27. So here we have from verse 16 to 29 in Romans that Paul has pretty much dismantled Jews, and their intent of the heart is being exposed by him. And because they were using God, they were using the law as a means to get credit for their superiority in righteousness, but it was really self-righteousness, because as verse 16 says, God will judge the secrets of men through Christ Jesus. So he was talking about, you can do all of these things, but the secrets, your intentions behind the actions, will be exposed and will be judged by Christ Jesus. And so he just completely dismantles all of these things that they are doing by the intent of their heart. You know, let's see here. It says, by the fools, they were correctors of the foolish and teachers of the immature. And through all of these things, they were really trying to get credit through their teachings and their correctings that they were superior. And that's why they knew these things, is because they were superior and they did all of these things. Rather, they were missing the complete grace of Christ. They were completely missing it. And so in verse 3 here, he anticipates the next question that would come of them, which is, oh, so does circumcision mean nothing? Because he also attacks that. The uncircumcised man who has the intent that Christ get all of the glory is actually of him. He is pretty much of circumcision. So uncircumcision has been made circumcision. And so in chapter 3 here, he says, then what advantage has the Jew, or what is the value of circumcision? Great in every respect. First of all, that they were entrusted with the oracles of God. And so God literally entrusted the Jews as the first to create, or not to create, but to show the legacy of God. So what then? If some did not believe, if some Jews did not believe, does their unbelief abolish the faithfulness of God, since they were God's people? And he says, may it never be. Rather, let God be true and every man a liar, as it is written, that you may be justified in your words and overcome when you are judged. And so he is saying here that God even collects glory as those Jews disobey him. And so we're about to get into something that is pretty raspy and that a lot of people will not like, but that's fine because Paul said it. So let's get into it into the next video.